What's up, Dirty Cones? So, a lot of stuff going on. A lot of good questions. A lot of maybe some good answers. I don't know. Maybe some not good answers, but I would do my best. Had some good conversations in the pool yesterday. I think helped some people. And if anything, it was pretty exciting for me. I showed up at the pool and there were 9 dudes all in the bathroom waiting for me. I guess it'd be a gay man's wet dream, but I'm just a straight guy, so 9 guys in the bathroom waiting for me just makes me laugh. But it was cool. I was excited. I had 2 guys from out of town, 2 guys from the other side of town, and just people in the Air Force, people not in the Air Force alike, just all looking to train. And some guys were like, I don't know, worried about, that I had too many dudes I was talking to, or, if you see me, come on over. Don't ever be afraid to be like, hey, can I hop in? Just hop on in, and like I was telling these guys, look around and you'll see cones. They're everywhere. They got their blue shorts on. They got, their t-shirt that says PJ Trainee on it and still, or it's got their name on it, or they got a haircut that, maybe it's too long or maybe it's too short. I don't know. The cones come in all different sizes, but if you see a person at a pool doing underwaters, or mask and snorkel or treading, 99.9% of the time, I'm telling you, it's somebody training to be a PJ, be a SEAL, be a Ranger, be, something. And even if they're not, say you want to be a controller and they want to be a SEER guy, you both can do the same training. It doesn't matter that you're going different places. You might make a new friend. So it was cool working with these dudes in the pool, and I was excited that, people showed up. And actually had had a good philosophy kind of talk with another cone from Austin, and it kind of got me thinking, because you got all kinds of different people out there. You got like smart people who are really smart and they can speak eloquently, and there's no ums or uhs, and they just somebody like Eric Taylor, the motivational speaker, about the guru. I mean, the man he practices, I'm sure. I mean, he has passion, and you believe what he's saying, but he's even kind of thuggish, but he's refined, maybe Albert Einstein, super duper smart, super duper able to speak, just bad at normal math, but not, he was, I can't think of anybody right now. Anyway, the point is like, some people are smart and they use big words and they sound smart, and some people, I think, more like me, I think I'm smart, but I think I have to take the big words and break them down into little words so they make sense to me. And so, you got to figure out who or what you are, or how you learn, and how you do things, so that way you can better understand. Because I was talking Camus and Nietzsche with a dude, and I was saying I've been kind of in a nihilist phase, but for me, like, I think nihilism is a positive thing. Once you figure out that it doesn't matter, then nothing you do matters. You can do whatever you want, because from nothing you can make something. And it sounds existential, like, well, what are you talking about? And I'm saying, well, you got nothing going on anyway. Even if you do have something going on, we're only here for a little bit, so what does any of it matter? I think Damien Rice put it well. He was talking about, he was afraid to talk to girls, and then he realized that I'm gonna die, they're gonna die, so what does it matter? And I just remember when he said that, and I was like, dude, that's a pretty good point, so, not that nothing matters, but nothing matters. You just gotta take it to that next level. And so I'm a bit of a philosopher. I don't think I'm Socrates or the Dalai Lama or any high grade philosopher. Just some. But in cone philosophy, I may be the king. But it's all good. A lot of people ask me questions like, "Hey, what do you think about American Sniper? What do you think about this or that?" And it got me thinking. One, I think that there's a lot of negativity in the world, and a lot of people talk a lot of crap about each other every day. The people you work with are like blah blah blah, and that's not cool to talk about somebody behind their back. I mean, if you say something behind their back, you gotta be willing to say it to their face. So I'm a firm believer in that. But when you talk crap about somebody who's dead, it's bad enough you're not there to defend yourself. But if you're dead and you can't defend yourself, I gotta go with, I don't know, that doesn't feel right. And I don't like it. And I don't think you guys like it either, because we're better than that. There's more to life than arguing about, is the movie fully accurate? Did this happen? What's going on? I think, he talks about PTSD. I think he had problems, and so maybe his reality's not your reality, because, as anyone who's, 6 witnesses at a crime, or 6 witnesses to a movie, not witnesses to a movie, but 6 people watching a movie, or 6 witnesses to an auto accident, everybody sees something different. Maybe you were at a far angle, maybe you were right next to it, so all you saw was this, or maybe you saw that, or maybe you saw the whole thing, or maybe you blinked. So nobody, perception being reality, nobody's really right. I mean, nobody's wrong, but look at Eric Garner. Who knows what happened? The only person that knows is, like, God, Eric Garner, and, the sheriff, the cop. Everybody else saw bits and pieces, or, was far away and said they heard this or saw that. Who knows? I'm not saying that justice was served or justice wasn't served, or, you shouldn't attack cops. I mean, that's rule number 1. But number 2, we don't know. We weren't there. So, you go off of what you know. And so I think we need to not be so opinionated, but also not be so stuck on, this is what happened. This is what I heard. This is what, unless you were there or you're on the jury, I don't think you should be doing much more than, like, it sounds like something messed up happened, but I wasn't there. I can't fix it, can't change it. So, tweeting and Facebooking, and I don't know if anybody Facebooks anymore, except for old people, but I don't Facebook. But it seems like there's a lot. We get so stuck in our belief system that we don't understand that other people have the right to have a belief system as well, and and a right to an opinion, and that they're just thoughts, but they don't mean anything, because we can't change anything on that kind of level. And so you got movies, Lone Survivor, Act of Valor, Unbroken, whatever. They're telling you a story. They're giving you a lesson. They're trying to show as much as they can what's going on, and you can take the lesson that you learn, and like for me, so watching Lone Survivor, loved the first 42 minutes of it, right up until they took contact. Flying on the helicopter, the night, the sounds, like I could smell Afghanistan. Like it was like going home. It was a nice trip. And then when they took contact, it was like, oh, dude, and as they're falling down the mountain, they're getting blown up, and you're, breaking bones and getting shot. That was the screenwriter, the director, the photographer, the filmographer, whatever, trying to show you what it was like, the pain they felt, the things that they were going through. But since we weren't there, we won't ever know, what it's like to get blown up and then you're falling down a mountain, falling 30, 40 feet. You'll never know, and that's a good thing. You should, kind of be happy that you don't have to feel that kind of a pain but they're trying to let you feel what they felt, to a point. And so I think that movies are important for what you feel, what you get out of it, the spirit, of what happened is what matters, not, history's usually, it's written by the guy who won the war, and it's also written by the people who were there. So, there might be differences. There might be something they forgot. There might be, something I left out. It's not their fault. That man is fallible. So I mean, you're never gonna get a true unbiased story. I'm not saying anybody's being biased. I'm just the reason I say biased is because so yesterday I was at the Alamo and I got to watch John Wayne's The Alamo, and before they did the movie, they had the curator, Dr. Winters, and another gentleman, Mr. Carrillo, he manages or takes care of the actual place where they filmed The Alamo, which is about an hour and a half from town. And it used to be you could go out there and look at it, but now it's closed to the public. But, so they were telling the difference between, how history really was and how the movie showed it. And, for theatrical extravagance, how everything happened. I mean, in the movie, the final battle was a daylight assault, and in reality it was a siege in the morning. They came while, everybody was kind of sleeping. And snuck up on them, which is, that's the way you're supposed to attack. You're not supposed, it's honorable. I guess we all face each other on the field of battle and just shoot at each other, but with life being what it is, I think it's, it's important to do what you can do. Like, we shouldn't be raiding compounds in Afghanistan in the middle of the day so our helicopters get shot down. We should be doing it at night because that's when we work best and that's when the bad guys can't see us. So, anyway, I don't want to get into tactics, I guess. The brunt of this story is that history in a movie, history in a book, and the actual history could be three different things. It's all about who wrote it, what they said. I don't know what their agenda was, if they had one. And I think, so I had always believed that the Alamo was like a Thermopylae, like they had to hold it so that way, Sam Houston could raise the army. And it's not totally true, but it's not totally false. They did need to hold the Alamo because San Antonio being a major hub, all roads leading in and out, was an important economic, social, political, wartime place that needed to be held. There was another base, or fort, called Goliad down by the coast, and that was also of major vital importance. And so Santa Anna, attacked here. He came here. Well, one, he was mad that he had lost San Antonio, and so he was coming to teach those pirates and illegal aliens a thing or two. But it wasn't exactly that they had to hold it there, because Sam Houston was actually making treaties with the Indians in eastern Texas, so it's that way he wasn't fighting a battle on two borders. He was trying to look, we'll live in peace with you, you live in peace with us. We got, the Mexican army coming down our neck right now. Can we make peace? Yeah, okay, cool. So, and then with the Alamo fallen and all those guys died, that Texas spirit, that rebellion, that was a spark, and it lit into a flame. And so their deaths served as, like Thermopylae, a rallying cry, remember the Alamo, remember Goliad, and helped people say, hey, here's a problem, like 9/11, like Pearl Harbor, like any other very bad event that unites a country, and so they died for a good reason, the cause of justice, the cause of freedom and liberty, and better men and poets have said, that to die in the cause of liberty is, whatever he said was something about it not being a waste of life. And, so I got a chance to ask these questions, and I'm like, I've had friends that have died in Afghanistan, Iraq, and the Philippines and other places, and, everybody, you just want to make sure that you died for a good reason. I don't mind dying, because I've loved life, but, if you ever get a chance, read Colonel Travis's letter when he was asking for reinforcements to come help at the Alamo. And there's actually a YouTube, maybe I'll put the link, video that has music to it, and you can read it. And it made me want to go. Like even knowing, all right, knowing you're gonna die, you still go, or you still want to go. It's not because you want to die. It's because you love life so much that you understand that giving your life for something like that is worthwhile. And I think it's better to live a short, worthwhile life than a long, worthless life. Now I've got the chance to live a long, worthwhile life, I guess, and so I'm hoping for that. But I hadn't planned this far ahead because I didn't think I would make it this far, just because things being what they are, and your chances when you go to war that you're not going to come back every day after that's kind of cake. You're just happy to be alive. So I think that we just need to back up a little bit, breathe a little bit more, understand that books and history and stories, they're meant to inspire us, so be inspired by American Sniper to, go out and do the right thing. They were saying, oh, he joined after 9/11 because, he was inspired, and then he's in Iraq, killing people or whatever. And it's like, well, okay, yeah, maybe Iraq didn't have anything to do with 9/11. Maybe the government was misled. But that doesn't mean that he wasn't there for the right reason. Just because politicians and people like that mess stuff up doesn't mean it's messed up for people in the military. It doesn't mean it's messed up for you and me. It doesn't mean it's messed up, period. We're still trying to do the right thing. So I think, and actually, I think I feel more than I think, and that goes back to the, what kind of smart person are you? Are you an intelligent person who speaks well? Or are you an intelligent person that can, I can get by thinking, feeling, and I feel like I'm more of a feel kind of smart person. I go with, well, what's my heart say? What's honor say? What's the right thing to do? All right, I'll do it. Does it always work out well? I don't know. But it's always the right thing. Was my intention to do the right thing? Yes. Okay. Fine. That's how I sleep at night, because I was trying to do the right thing. And I think that's all you can ask out of yourself. Is, are you trying to do the right thing? And so, don't argue about movies. Don't argue about stupid things. It's what's keeping us and keeping this country down. It's because we're so busy arguing about, Beyonce or Taylor Swift or, stupid stuff that doesn't have anything to do with anything. When we should be talking about I don't think, I think they are under the guise of Muslim extremists, but I think they're just extremists. It doesn't matter what religion they are. They're assholes. They're not good people. It doesn't matter if they're Christian extremists, Muslim extremists. They're just hiding behind a religion. And so instead of talking about what we need to be talking about, that these guys aren't good people and they're doing bad things, we get focused on, they're Muslims and they're this and they're that. When they're about as Muslim as you or I, because they're not following anything even remotely close to the Quran or anything. And so I think we need to focus on what we can do, what you can do, what I can do, and get away from this stupid stuff. And so if you get a chance to read up on the Alamo, there's some good books. Read American Sniper if you want. Read, right? Get the story, get as much of the story as you can. Watch Fox News, and then turn on NPR. Listen to CNN, and then go put it on, some left-wing guy. I don't know. Just, you got to get both sides of the story, and then you come up with the middle. And the middle is where most of us live. And the middle is a good place. Why be this or that? Why not just be, I'm an American. I'm just a happy dude. Just living life, raising kids, trying to do the best I can. What more do you need to do? I'm not talking about, what more do you need to do in the, there's lots to do. I'm talking about, why do I need to fight with you? Why do I need to argue with you? Why does it matter if you're a Republican or a Democrat? It doesn't matter. We're all Americans. And we need to get past these little isms and schisms and labels that keep painting us into to corners, because pretty soon we're going to all be stuck in our different corners. And we are stuck in our own different corners, and nobody talks, and nothing gets fixed, and the government's a mess. And it bothers me that veterans are all messed up, and Vietnam veterans, World War II vets, they're not getting the help they need. Newer vets too, but I'm talking about since World War II we've been screwing over vets. There shouldn't be companies like Wounded Warrior. We shouldn't need it, because the government should be taking care of the job and doing what they're supposed to. And I'm all about, you want to come to America and live a good life and stuff, but why is it that somebody who's here illegally gets treated better than a veteran who's paid the price, who said, I do, I will, and, maybe they came back, or maybe they didn't come back. Maybe their friends didn't come back. Maybe their families, miss them, and the families get lost, and nobody's helping anybody, but we're all about what's right for me, or what I'm entitled to, and I think I'm entitled to work, and the life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That's about it. Everything you got to make for yourself. Nobody's going to give you anything. You've got to take it, and so how bad do you want it? How bad do you want to earn your death and appreciate your life? The Parsons on the Alamo yesterday said that we're only given a time and a place. He said we're given a time to live and a place to die. And so I hope you guys have a good long life. And if it's not a good long life, then I hope you have a awesome short life, and that it's a good one. So thank you very much for your time, and hoo-yah.